National Mexican clothing is known to be colorful, vibrant, and artistic. To celebrate Mexican traditional attire, the Bullock, Texas State History Museum in Austin partners with the Brownsville Historical Association to host an exhibition called Hilos de Tradición, Dresses of Mexico. The exhibit displays 37 traditional outfits representing all states in Mexico.
You see the blending of Spanish and indigenous cultures that make them uniquely Mexican. You see embroidery and weaving and ruffles and color and lace and movement. And you just see that these dresses are filled with life, and they're deeply rooted in traditions that belong to these people.
The dresses are said to reflect various aspects of Mexican history and culture, such as the Catholic faith, festive celebrations, traditional dance, as well as the nation's geographic differences.
This particular one is from the state of Puebla, and what you learn about Puebla instantly by looking at this dress is that it's actually relatively cold. It has some of the highest elevations in Mexico, and so the clothing reflects that. The floral patterns, the animals that are woven into the fabric, all with naturally dyed yarns. The women who create these dresses, so they start embroidering as young girls, and they embroider squares. And then over time, as they collect more and more squares, when they're adults, they combine them with the ribbons to create what is the top of the outfit. So it's kind of a lifelong project to create that piece.
According to the organizers, the making of Mexican clothing can be traced back as early as 1400 BC. Ancient natives used weaving techniques to make textiles from plants around them using squares or rectangles of cloth. As the Spanish influence grew over time, silk, wool, and lace were introduced to the region, changing the Mexican embroidery stitches and clothing styles.
Another theme in the exhibit are dresses that are worn for celebrations or fiestas. And this particular dress here, this purple dress, is it's what's called an Adelita dress. This is from the state of Durango. And the story of the Adelita has its roots in the Mexican Revolution and the female soldiers who participated in the revolution. Over time, it's become such an iconic symbol of the Mexican spirit that it's become a party dress, and they have adapted it into taffeta and silk and satin, and they've added ribbon and lace, and that's what you see here.
The Bullock Museum says they wanted to host this exhibition because Texas and Mexico share a rich history together. The exhibit is open until April 2nd. For some Texans, the exhibit may be a trip to their roots, but for many others, seeing the traditional dresses can be a culturally enriching experience.
We hope that in this exhibit, you learn more about our neighbor Mexico, the individual states, the craftsmen who are there who create these amazing textiles, the intricacy of the dresses, and just how all of these cultures and states come together to represent Mexico in a way that is just so full of life and so rich.
NTD News, Texas.